How was your 2017?
The first half was was kind of on ice because I had been fighting a case, fighting a gun case. So I wasn't sure. I was like facing like 1 to 6 years. So I wasn't really sure where I would really end up, during that year. And I was working on my album, wrapping up my album, Don't Doubt the God, the first half of the year. And I feel like, and then I got out of jail and got in a car accident and broke my hand, so I canceled a couple video shoots, so that kind of slowed me up a little bit. But other than that, I've been able to spend time with my kids and, do a lot for a lot of people I love, and things like that. I've been making music still consistently, and, it was a blessed year for me all around. I really, other than fighting that case, I beat it basically, and I have only had to do 45 days. Thank God for that. So it could have been a lot worse. And other than that, I came right out after doing them days, like picked up where I left off from, and spent time with my family and, made music with my homies.
When you beat the case, it was tossed out. It was overturned.
No, the charge that held time was tossed out. So they still wanted to get me for the little traffic bullshit, and they wanted to give me something, so they couldn't just let me just walk away. And so I just had to deal with them.
So it was no plea or anything like that?
No, I just had to basically I had to tell them that I was guilty for what I was guilty for, which was, the traffic shit and not having my license. Like, they know who the hell I am. I can't say, I'm not guilty. Yeah, I really am who I said I was when I gave a false name.
Ah, I see. Now, so no more legal issues at this point.
Yeah, I'm done with that. That's all behind me.
Somebody watching this might say, you had a terrible year. Half of the year you were, going through the legal stuff. Mm-hmm. Did you release the album while you were locked up?
Yes, I did.
So that happened. Yeah. You missed video shoots, so you couldn't capitalize on some of those songs. Somebody might look at say, Montana wasn't the greatest year for him. But you say you had a blessed year.
Yeah. Coming from, where I'm from, setbacks. I have a line on one of my songs called "Daddy Used to Be the Plug," and it's a message to my sons. And I say, let your setbacks be a lesson. That's a blessing in disguise. And that came out in 2016 on my Fire in the Church album. And I just look at life like, you're gonna have darkness. Nobody gets all the sunlight. You know what I'm saying? And nobody is spared any of the darkness. So if we want to talk about me doing 45 days being darkness, or me breaking my hand in a car accident being some of my darkness, or me having to cancel 2 video shoots being darkness, that's nothing compared to the darkness of my past. So, that's light work for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a warrior, I'm a survivor, So, like I said, all my blessings outweigh that darkness. So I'm gonna call that year, that was a blessing for me.
And your momentum, it slowed whatever momentum you were building.
Yeah, just a little bit, but that type of shit happens in life. You know what I'm saying? It's funerals that pop up with family that we didn't expect. It might change certain things. I didn't lose any loved ones this year, so it was a good year for me.
What's one thing you're leaving in 2017, headed into 2018?
I'm leaving all my bitches alone. Give me one girlfriend. No, I'm just playing. But
I thought that was a joke.
But what am I leaving in 2017?
Is it the legal troubles?
I've definitely left that shit. I left that shit in 2016. I just was fighting, still fighting the case that I caught back in 2015 with the shit, you know what I'm saying? But it ended in 2017. But yeah, I'm done with that. I know a lot of people usually be like, you stay out of trouble and such and such, I'm always staying out of trouble. It's just, sometimes things are unfortunate, and sometimes it might have to do with some of the people that's around you at the time, or how we carry ourselves, you know what I'm saying? That's just, sometimes you kind of get the bad end of the stick, you know, and you just pick it up and move with it. But other than that, anybody that's, you know, shown me, you know, everybody got people that, you know, you lose friends and you grow older, or, you know, you see people's true intentions and true colors, and you just, you know, you move on from it and leave it. Like, people know who they are, you know what I'm saying, and they get left.
If you could redo one thing over in 2017, what would it have been and why?
I don't even want to say it because I actually don't want to give anybody some credit, and that's not really how I move, you know, as far as, you know, mentioning clowns, you know, on my platform, you know. But it's just somebody I wish I didn't work with music-wise, you know what I'm saying, that turned out to be a clown, you know what I'm saying. And other than that, that's about it.
What about the release date of the album while you were locked up? Would you have wished it was released at a different time instead?
Yes, I would say I wish I would have waited. I've been pushing May 20th for so long, and my album before that was supposed to drop May 6th, which is Fire in the Church, and I ended up making them wait 2 weeks and dropping it on May 20th of 2016. So when I was promoting my next album for May 20th, 2017, I was always hearing that, oh, don't push it back. You better not push it back. You better not do this. Stick to your words, such and such. And then right before, it was my sentencing for my case, you know, and I didn't know it was going to be right before the album dropped, you know, or how long the case would go on, you know. So it just so happened to be right before it was time for my album to drop. So I just had some people working for me, you know, had my team working for me on the outside, and was like, man, just still drop it. I don't want to, you know, disappoint, you know, the people, and, you know, just was in jail making money, getting paid, you know.
But looking back, if you could have...
Looking back, yeah, when I got out, I wish I was there to, you know, witness the whole release and give it my full push as far as what I can physically do, you know, on the outside.
Now, when it comes to the new year, 2018, some people, they make resolutions for the new year. Some people don't. Where do you stand on stuff like that?
I'm trying to make 2018, I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think you should at least have some plan, you know. I think it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, in 2018, I'm going to do this. It could just be, how about right now, I'm finna do this, you know. Even if it's 3 days left in 2017, let's do this ASAP, you know, let's change this right now, you know. So I think the most videos I ever dropped in 1 year was 16 videos, and I think that was in 16 solo, you know, FGE videos, not videos I did features with and stuff like that, but just 16 me featuring my artists, you know, things like that. And that was in 2016. So in 2018, I'm trying to beat that record. So I'm trying to make sure I put out that much more work.
Speaking of 2018, what can people expect from you that you're willing to share with us today for 2018?
Just expect to see me a lot more, you know, moving more, dropping way more. I plan on dropping 3 albums in 2018. I haven't told anybody that. You know, I usually drop one every year, so I plan on dropping 1 album every 3 months after I drop this Pray for the Devil album on May 20th.
Anything you can say today about the Pray for the Devil album at this point?
Yes, it's dropping May 20th. I am aiming to make this be my best album ever yet, so my competition is Fire in the Church and Pray for the Devil. So y'all know y'all getting some valued jewels and creativity on this project.
That title seems interesting.
Pray for the Devil, it means a lot. I feel like, you know, they say God is a forgiving God, you know, and, you know, you always hear people, us as humans say, pray for me, or I'm praying for you, or, I prayed for them, or I prayed over them, or pray for this country, pray for that country, And it's like, I know you've heard of the term, you pray for your enemy, And it's, I feel like who's more mentally fucked up, than us as humans? And it would have to probably be the devil, So if we could pray for another person, that pray God forgives this person, or my cousin did this, but I pray that God forgives him, you know what I'm saying? Or I pray that he changes his ways, Or I pray he, checks himself before he wrecks himself, you know what I'm saying? Or I pray that he straightens up in school, or I pray that he becomes, starts being a better father, or, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I just feel like who needs more prayer than us? It would probably be the devil, And he probably needs it most. So in any situation, it's always like a good and a bad. So that can be the devil of your situation, or we got a crooked government. If that's the devil, then pray that they straighten out their ways and, start trying to be righteous, you know what I'm saying? Some people would have job situations where they know they stuck dealing with something that's fucked up, or a fucked up person, you know what I'm saying? Pray for them, hopefully they might have a heart, or, you know what I'm saying, look back or get some type of sign to where they might get a glimpse of the shoe being on the other foot, you know what I'm saying, or things like that. So that's one aspect of pray for the devil. And another thing is, like, I always look at myself as, I say in one of my lines, I'm Satan's nemesis, and so I always look at myself like that's who I'm going against, metaphorically, or a lot of people like to blame the devil for anything bad that happens, and the people that might want to look that way, it's like, okay, if the motherfucker that's bringing the bad to my table, whether it's the devil or in humans, I'm ready and I'm prepared, for the bad days, and if it's finna be war, then you might want to pray for them, because I don't have any boundaries about, fucking them up if you're trying to fuck up what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So if it's me against the devil, then, I feel sorry for who's on the devil's side,
Without this clarification, some people reading a title like that could take that in a different context.
Yes, no doubt.
Have you received negative feedback or flack for this title?
I seen a few comments that said, pray for the devil. Wait, hold on, what? Like, as if they probably taking it in a way like, pray for the devil, like prayer is only for people that you want to help, or help them accomplish whatever they put their mind to, And it's like, you can pray for somebody for something that they're not even praying for their damn self, you know what I'm saying? Or something that they're not even asking for. Like, yeah, I pray at a certain time and you pray at a certain time, but you're not asking for God what I'm asking for God for you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that. And I love the title because you have to think, you have to think deeply, and that's just me as an artist, period. Like, I don't like surface ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a surface ass type of nigga. I'm not a surface thinking ass nigga. I'm not a surface, like, everything I do, is further than the average mind, you know what I'm saying? I love my brain, sometimes I even thank God for the way that my mind, my brain works, you know what I'm saying? I surprise myself even sometimes when I'm working on my shit. So the title, I just love it, because people can take it the wrong way. And even when I know some people look at me like, oh, he got tattoos, he got a teardrop, oh, he got dreadlocks, like, some people, stereotype me, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that, you know what I'm saying, to where, I've even been in jail playing chess with a guy. He was a Muslim, and he was like, in the middle of a chess game, he was like, he just stopped and was like, I just want to apologize to you, like, for what? He like, because I misjudged you, when you came in, and I seen, your dreads and your tattoos and stuff, I thought you was another knucklehead, such and such. He like, I'm sitting here talking to you at the table, and I could tell you're a very educated, black man, and he's finna get out of jail the next day. And he was like, I was finna get out of here and take my chessboard with me when I leave. He said, because, you know, these motherfuckers in here, they don't even wash their hands or nothing, man. He said, but I'm going to leave it to you, man. You just take it as a blessing, man. Make sure them niggas wash their hands, man. Keep this motherfucker clean, such and such, you know, shit like that. But, you know, I'm aware of that and very comfortable with knowing that there will be people that will misjudge me, you know what I'm saying? And people are going to be wrong, you know what I'm saying? People are going to read things the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? That's just life, period. So I don't really care about those type of comments or people that, you know, you have to open a book and actually read it to know what it's about. So if you're not willing to do that, then you'll always just be another critic.
Did this title come easy to you? Is this something you thought about a year ago, 2 years ago?
Probably about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I try to know my album names way ahead of time, you know.
So this is not spontaneous.
No.
You think about it, okay guys, this is the album title.
No. My shit is well thought out.
Are you too smart for your own good?
I think that's impossible. I feel like that's like saying, like, I mean, this library just has too many books, you know. Like this isn't a good library because it has too many books. Like, you know, it's knowledge in it. I don't feel like I have all the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a know-it-all, you know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the most beautiful things about life is that, you know, it's always room to grow. Like, you can never say this is the best somebody will ever get, you know what I'm saying? You might say this is the best somebody ever has been, but you can't call out the future and say nobody can go past this mark, you know what I'm saying? You might say it will take a lot of work knowing the work that you put in, you know what I'm saying? Or the things that you've read, or the amount that you've read, or the amount that you've experienced, or the amount of your calculations that's been precise, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, my aim is to, you know, keep getting smarter and smarter and smarter. And I'm not a selfish person at all. Like, I don't mind, you know, sharing knowledge, you know what I'm saying, at all. And I plan on doing it. Like most people say, the saying, like, if you're in a room full of people and you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. And I feel like that's some of the most selfish shit in the world. Like, what's wrong with being the smartest person in the room? And if you're not sharing knowledge and you're the smartest person in the room, then you need to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're a stingy person. Maybe you're all about self. If you feel like, oh, fuck them because they're not as smart as me, I want to be somewhere where I can get shit and grab shit. It's like, you pretty, you're not so selfless. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I think. I'm not, you know, I don't feed into what everybody is saying, you know. It's just certain sayings, you know, simple shit. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, really think about what the fuck that means. You know what I'm saying? This is my cake, but I can't eat it. Like, it's just something that people say. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. And I think for myself, and I think, you know, the truth is you win some and you lose it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so fucking value the shit that you win in life because you can't keep all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Every pair of shoes that you like, man, I love them Jordans at this age and this age. Oh, I want this sweater so bad. I want this jacket. I want this coat. You know, sometimes I want to go here. Like, this shit is not forever. You know what I'm saying? It's a point in time where we gained these things that we've gained. But when we all leave, we lose it all. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand. Like, cherish not even this material shit, your people. You know what I'm saying? The material shit can be replaced. Your people can't. Like, cherish every fucking moment, every laugh, every time you crack a joke, every hug with the people that you love. Like, nobody ever gets a warning saying, okay, you got 2 more times to see your homie. You know, you got 2 more times to see your granny. Okay, this is the last time you see your granny. Hug her tight. Like, life don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You win some and you lose it all. So I like to think for myself, man. I've never really been a follower.
You seem very smart. You seem educated. You think a lot. But some of the smartest people, some of the biggest thinkers, there may be one thing that they're not so smart with, or they just don't think too much about. Like, I don't know, there might be somebody that's really smart at this, could be a rocket scientist, but they're so dumb at this. And it's like, wow, how are you, but you know what I'm saying? Is there something that, do you have a weakness there?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's things that I don't know about. I'm definitely sure it's things I don't care to know about. that's out of my control. You know, I'm not really a big believer on being a nosy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really ask people questions about their business too much. You know, I got enough people really calling me, telling me about their problems or asking me for this. You know, thousands of favors for motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm usually the person that's helping somebody out, whether it's advice or financially. You know, it's like, oh, call Tony. You know what I'm saying? Or call Montana or whatever. But which, you know, I don't help anybody unless it's from the hard period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not forced to help no fucking body. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I'm not really that type of person that, you know, oh, tell me about this, or why did this happen, or why did, you know what I'm saying? So, like, now, if you ask me for my money because this is the situation, then I care about the situation. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really like all this politics and Trump and all this other shit that's like out of my control. You know, it's cool to know about it or you want to look into it, but you got to understand, you know, you're just receiving the message, you know what I'm saying, how they want it to be delivered on TV or social media, you know. You're not actually in there. So it's like that type of shit me personally, I really don't give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? I can't control it. You know, I can't change it. I can't go in there and you know, do anything. So I feel like I have a lot of other matters and issues in life that I really have control over. So if you want to talk about some Trump shit or some politics and the next president and, you know, all this other type of shit, I probably wouldn't know too much about it or be able to talk to you too much.
Have you ever had your IQ tested?
No, I haven't. But I would like to. I wouldn't mind.
I was going to ask if you were curious to do so, just to see how, just to see what your score would be.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe next time we'll do that.
Yeah, that'd be dope.